you don't need to sacrifice yourself. You only have to compromise yourself. Instead of buying a big house or buying a brand new car, maybe you can say, okay, I don't need a brand new car. I can just buy second hand. Instead, half of this I can send money to the Philippines, or I can help someone.
I mean, that's
yes. You know, this is only, you don't need to sacrifice. You don't need to say, no, I don't. I cannot buy this car because I have to help someone. You just have always a choice, buying brand new or second hand.
All of our vehicles are secondhand.
Yes.
we have employees who have nicer cars than us, and that's
yes,
fine.
I know. I know.
But these are observations you could probably make that.
Yes, I already. But it's always a choice.
Yes.
Are you willing to help others? Do you have resources? If you have resources, yeah, well, it's good.
You should enjoy life. My mom,
of course, enjoy life.
She visited Germany. She had a great time there.
Yes.
Did a lot of learning there. And a lot of new experiences. And that's part of it. But that's a result of perhaps not self-sacrifice in a lot of ways, but it was a result of her hard work. And I think that we need to at least. I think that people in my generation, we have to understand. You know, hard work is always going to be involved.
Yes.
Hard work is always going to be involved. Find something that you enjoy doing.
You cannot be successful if you don't put some energy.
But it pays off at the end. It seems that it pays off at the end. And you can actually accomplish something, right? That you can create a world. My mother created systems, worlds that are going to exist beyond her.
Yes.
Right, and if we do a good job, this
will continue.
Yes.
Let's hit her legacy.
And more of our family and people who truly value their education can come over here.
Yeah.
And it's a self-replicating system in a lot of ways because a lot of our family members are in the medical industry and it allows the system she created to always have a fresh supply of intelligence.
Yes.
And manpower.
We are come from a very educated family.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The only problem is that we are stuck in the so-called generational poverty, and this is the the role of the next generation to to tackle this. How can we break the cycle of poverty? Because we are intelligent people. Yeah. This is how also, if you say, what will be my purpose? In every stage in your life, you have purpose. But at the end of the time, because when you going 60 before you retire, you always end up to think about spirituality. You think about God, love, and it's always be the same. And then at that time, what is your purpose? Is always service to others. But it's just like a long process, because in every stage of your life you have different priorities. Yeah.
There's always so much more to unpack, and for me, it's about I see things more in environments and in the structures that surround us as we bring our youth up.
Yes.
Dialogue between elders and the youth, and free-flowing dialogue of where you kind of at some points negate the hierarchy of respect. You talk on an even playing field as we are now. Just these are ideas. We're discussing these concepts and our relationship to them. That's very important. our relationship to our elders, because without that, it's easy to fall into spoiled hedonism, right? Like it's easy because my generation, we're lucky to be able to, like, oh, I'm a computer scientist making $200,000, and I can live at that scale, right? And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Do your best and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Like that's the best part of being alive, right?
Yes.
When John Rawls, right, the veil of ignorance. It's the sense of what kind of society would you want to create? What kind of people do you want to surround yourself in?
Yeah.
And how can you help them, right, without that kind of self-sacrifice? What kind of society are we creating? And societies and the places that we are engaging in can be very small or can be very large. For me, the society is my family, right? And our relationship to that.
Yes.
So we're able to operate with these larger concepts with the nuclear family, with our extended family. We're able to actually put anything that we want to set our mind to in action, right? But it requires amount of teamwork. It requires amount of compromise and
teamwork, collaboration, and solidarity. And solidarity is also a kind of bayanihan spirit. But there always a limitation. Because self-love means also knowing your boundaries. Because if you don't set boundaries, limits to yourself, one day you will also be sick. Because there are lots of responsibilities. You shoulder the whole world, but you cannot shoulder the whole world.
You have to work with people.
Yes, and then set limits. Yeah. And this is also what, we were blessed before because we lived with our your grandparents. Yeah. And we took all about, they told us about all their experiences. And there were always dialogues there. We were the family and we always discussed about politics, about economy. And the children, they're part of the discussion. So we grew up in these dynamics, in this, that there always a freedom to express your thoughts, even if you were a kid. If you 1 year old, doesn't matter. Yeah. And that's why we also have a different consciousness about what is really the purpose of our life. Yeah. And this is maybe this is the difference, because we grew up in poverty. Your poverty that is different from us, because we were, for example, borrowing rice to cook from our neighbor, borrowing oil, borrowing salt, borrowing vinegar. This is the kind of poverty that we experienced. We had nothing. Or sometimes we could not eat, so we have to borrow rice from our neighbor, or even salt.
Do you think that your mind is more free than my generation's, because we're so inundated by information? Do you think that that simple way of living allowed you to think in different terms?
Yes, because
I can't notice this, I'm too young.
Yes. So before of course we have this upbringing to always respect older people, and always give what we have, and love. Just be kind to others. Just be kind to others. And then the poverty really also help us, especially I and Tata, to think differently from the rest of our family that really have to earn money. Because in our generation, in the sense also, and also the teaching from the church, that money is evil.
Yes.
The root of all,
yes.
all of this chaos. So we had this, we have this upbringing, but it changed our mind that really also need money. Money is not evil. You just have to use it in different way as a service to the community. You cannot accumulate wealth. You can only share your wealth, but please budget your wealth.
It's about the balance. It's
The
about
balance. It's always about the balance.
of it.
Because as a businessman, you really have to earn. You have to earn money. You really need profit.
And you need to have a certain amount of greed, a certain amount of
It's not greed, but budgeting.
Budgeting, but it's also, I mean, it's competition.
It is a
You
competition.
exist in competition, and it's not about making money. It's about keeping what you make and
maintaining
maintaining
in the market, to be stable in the market. And a part of your profit, you have to invest for innovation. Whatever innovation you have. But it's not really bad to earn money.
No.
But don't use your success at the expense of other people. And here comes the value of Christianity. Yeah. Always think the value of Christianity, to share what you have and be also responsible to your employees. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in bad times, especially in financial crisis, what will be your role? And this is your purpose. It's just like you are become a businessman. You manage a company, and then your responsibility does not end only in the good times, but also bad times.
I think we have to own our responsibility on a deeper level.
Yes.
In business.
In business, yeah.
It's like this concept of sort of Damocles, right? Heavy is the head who wears the crown.
Yes.
Our relationship to people,
Mm-hmm.
right? Artificial intelligence, how that might wipe out hundreds of thousands, millions of jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Our relationship to individuals is sacred.
Yes.
It's a sacred role that we have in life.
Yeah.
I didn't choose to be in this business, but it's a responsibility that I have to own. And I think of all the time
Mm-hmm.
my relationship to my employees.
Yes.
And you do have to have a lot of Christian values, the value to forgive, the value to see past people's failures. At least that's the principles that I was taught growing up in business. It doesn't have to be cutthroat.
No.
Business doesn't have to be cutthroat. And you're right, and calling me out on the topic of greed.
Yeah.
Because our business is highly cooperative.
Yes.
We cooperate with the community, and we cooperate with each other, and we still, what we make, what is ours,
Yeah.
we decide because of our values and ethics to really initiate a true version of maybe Bayanihan.
Yes.
Right. So there is.
This is also kind of bayanihan.
Mm-hmm, there is a concept of Bayanihan of self-sacrifice, and we're probably going to say that that's not true, but that there is a more true, and as everything is going to evolve, right? The thing that we know about the future is that it's not going to be the same as today.
Yes.
That's the only guarantee.
Yeah.
And the same thing, the evolution of Bayanihan has to evolve into our systems. So, is it self-sacrifice? I mean, a lot of hard work. I mean, I've witnessed.
Yes.
But in the same turn, I've seen the way that my mom has engaged her community.
Mm-hmm.
I have yet to see another individual in my life that had that kind of impact coming from her background and her resources.
Yes, yes.
And she is an infinitesimal percentage.
Yes.
Right? At least from my perspective, it's hard.
Because bayanihan is not only all about family related or in the Filipino culture or the Filipino society, but your mom also shown what is really a true spirit of Christianity and a true spirit of bayanihan when there were crises in the business or during COVID, and I heard that your mom did not terminate even one employee. So this is bayanihan.
That was hard for the business, and we still pay the repercussions of that now.
Yes, but this is a true bayanihan. it's not only as a businessman, you can really also, you know, instill this value in your company. What is bayanihan really? You stand at your employees also in the bad times.
And do you know what I think allows us to operate that way?
Yeah.
It's because you'll never really have freedom, it seems, until you own your home,
Yes.
until you are debt free,
Yeah.
until you can take that punishment, right? Until my mother made her decision because she has security. She
Yes.
knows that at the end of the day, we're not gonna be of want. We don't have a
Wow.
we don't have a huge home. We're not buying.
No,
we're not
no.
recycling anything.
No, it's just the normal. It's just, you know, this is just your need. It's not really a luxury. Because if your mom gets the money from the company, you know, to distribute profit and build a big house, how could she finance that during the financial crisis? You know, just keeping all the employees intact, because she does not live in luxury all the wants. It's just only, you know, keeping something that, or financing what the needs.
She's the happiest I've seen her in years.
Yeah.
Now that she's semi-retired and is now taking a mentorship role,
Yes.
she is traveling the world and
Yes,
is happy.
this is good. Yeah.
So there's trade-off, right? The
Yes,
idea
but
that what is luxury and what is happiness, right? 'Cause
happiness, yes.
she had a very
She
good
could have,
relationship with consumerism.
when we talk about wants and needs, when you observe, when you walk to the city, there are lots of women, you know, wearing or having bags, brand, you know, with brands.
Yes.
Of course, she can easily buy it because she can afford, but this is not the goal. Yeah, that's why she can afford, or your businesses can afford to keep all the people during the financial crisis. Because the main value is bayanihan spirit. We are a family, so you don't, you know, you just don't. You are there when the family are in crisis, because it is people. It is not like this is number one employee, Alisa, number two. It's not like that. This is a family. You know your kids. You know your family, and just you have to protect your family, the welfare of the family, even during financial crisis. And this is a true Christian spirit, a true bayanihan spirit that we are practicing in the Philippines. Yeah, but it's still lots of work, you know, to educate people about financial literacy.
And I think that once you have financial freedom,
Yeah.
That's something that I aim for, right? I
Yes.
aim for a small house.
Yeah.
The revolution in this generation of tiny homes, for example.
Yes, I
that's,
love it.
It's fascinating, right?
Yes,
Minimalism.
Minimalism.
But that gives you access to true freedom. Owning the land you're on and reducing your expenditures
Yeah.
gives you the ability to do good, right?
Yeah.
It gives my mom the ability to keep all of her employees by virtue.
Yeah.
She has met her needs and she is content,
Yes.
right? And her life isn't any worse off, right? Because of that.
No.
And so it's a great thing to have in front of me. It's always been that admiration I have for her.
Yes.
And of course, I always push against her. As
No,
just part of my nature.
No, it's just like also growing up.
Yes, of
Because
course.
during our times, it is also, we also have like another idea with from our parents, something like that. It's just part of growing up. Others, they are so outspoken, others not. But the thing is, the only thing is that you learn from your parents. Yeah, you just learn from your parents, and you know, you learn from them, and you learn also your failures and mistakes in life. It's just part of life cycle.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if you are aiming to be a minimalist, it's really very good.
I mean,
I
think
yes,
it would be.
it took me about 5 years to declutter my life. Also, um, searching for what is true happiness and encounter minimalism.
And was it fun?
It's not really fun, but it's but it's as a process, and through minimalism, I encounter God in different perspective. Just simplify your life, and everything is good, but make sure you have money.
Find that balance. Find that balance.
But you really have financial. Not all people can have financial freedom. Only the businessmen
Yes.
can attend to this financial freedom. But at least you should have a financial security and take good care of your health.
And the businessman is also able, right? Being a businessman, to create the business, 100% hard work and involvement.
Yes.
But there is a point in life of a person in business where their time starts to open up again.
Yeah.
Right? And it's important for people of business to stay informed, to exercise their mind, right? Because
Yes.
you're keeping alive this
Yeah,
complexity.
because you mentioned before, there's always a competition out there.
Mm-hmm.
So you must really have a good health, mind, and everything to think about innovation, because it's all about innovation.
Mm-hmm.
Whether in technology or services you are rendering, it's all about innovation. You can only have this mindset of innovation if you are open and you are healthy, body and soul, and have a balance in life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No one wants to be at that point when, in America, I think it's around 67, our age of retirement. No one wants to be on the end of that journey and still have to not have the time to think or not have the time to enjoy life.
Don't wait when you are retired to enjoy now, while making all this process in your life. There are always challenges. This is all part of life, but always enjoy life and don't forget to smile.
It's a good note to end on, I suppose.
Yes. So viewers, I'm so happy and that you watch us, and I hope that you also have some you are motivated to what we are talking. And I'm so also proud of my, actually this is my my nephew, that at the age of 26, you are 26?
26.
At the age of 26, actually he's really very he observed life. He's a deep thinker, and I really very appreciate it. And you read a lot, that at his age he has a lot of thoughts about many things, critical thoughts. And our generation or our community also needs people who really think and criticize, or what criticize, but question.
Yes.
Some issues concerning our politics, our economics, also concern our spirituality maybe. But at some point of time, we really need such kind of people to to also challenge our government, the politics, or whatsoever, to that's just a fresh air in the community, and we need it, right?
I think so.
I think so. So thank you, Joseph, for for your time in my YouTube channel. And guys, I love you, and
It was a pleasure.
it was a pleasure. And greetings from
Texas.
Texas.
McAllen, Texas.
Yes. Bye bye.